She knows the intricacies of the Star Wars universe, been in all of her favorite movies, and she's stunning and a great person to boot. I mean, there's nothing.
She slices, she dices, she makes.
She may be the perfect woman. There's nothing wrong with her.
It's rare to actually have that in Hollywood in general. So
if you ask Deadpool, that the perfect woman was B. Arthur.
Jeez. All right, so let's get back to the movie as we're at Movies Drive-Thru, and Becky's out the window in the most adorable pigtails ever, by the way. I love it. I love this look. And I did realize, by the way, it took me a minute because I was watching this frame by frame last night doing my notes, and I forgot Elias was in the background. I just forgot Elias was there. Like, Elias is here.
Now they've gone to jail.
One ring to rule them all, everybody.
And now that they've gone to jail and have been presumably fired from movies, they're probably the only 2 employees there.
I just want to know, and this is, I'll probably bring this up. I probably didn't bring this up because Elias wasn't in really the jail scenes, except for he was passed out for a couple of seconds. Yeah. What the hell were Elias' parents thinking when he got home and he's hung over and just got out of jail? What the hell were they thinking? Oh my God, I didn't think about that. So that's now. That's
he probably got grounded for 3 years, so
he can only go to work at this point and Bible stuff. That's pretty much it.
You can't even go and see the Transformers movie.
Ah!
Yeah, that being said, I thought the actual proposal, Dante handing a ring through the drive-thru window, is kind of weak.
It works for Dante and it works for them, but yeah, it was and by the way, I do love the music here, and I will talk the music here. It's Alanis Morissette's Everything, which is a fantastic song.
Yeah, and she's a friend of the family, so
yes, big time. But I love the fact that this song came up. And when I first saw the movie, I'm like, that's Alanis Morissette. I know this song without even hearing the voice. I'm like, I love her. And the music comes up at the perfect cue. Editing here, I know Kevin does the editing. This is amazing editing. This is someone who's into video editing all the time and loves to hit music cues. And this one got me. Because the ring comes out and the music hits. But you're right. Did he ever actually ask her to marry him at all in this sequence?
Right. He just kind of hands a ring through the drive-thru window, which I don't know. There were probably, you could have done it on the rooftop. Something a little more romantic, I thought, would have been. But you're right, that's probably quintessential Dante. Well, it's like, I got this.
He probably didn't want to, get her in trouble again for, getting her for
the store, for the actual restaurant being what it was.
Well, I mean, for abandoning her post.
Oh, true. And yeah, they're letting a donkey show happen in her store. I would love, at least she's the owner. It's one of those things where at least she owns the place, so she doesn't have to answer to anybody. You know what I mean? In that case,
I just thought, a nice dinner. Maybe take her out, away from New Jersey, maybe even. But
maybe to Tijuana.
Well, I guess it worked. She said yes, so.
Yes, you did say yes, and I do
so
love.
I can't argue with that.
Exactly, it works. It's as lame and as silly as it was. It worked because he didn't even ask her. He pretty much says, "I mean, you already taught me how to dance at a wedding," and then she puts the ring on. I was like, "Okay, fine."
Yeah.
And I know you don't believe in romantic love, and then she climbs into the window. I'm like,
right. Right. Which, if you've seen those drive-thru windows, they're not big. So Rosario Dawson, a very slight woman. To be able to jump out the window and climb into another window, Dukes of Hazzard style. That takes talent, my friends.
That would be the best thing I would ever get through a drive-thru window.
It really is.
You never hear of anyone jumping out of a drive-thru window. You've heard of some drunk nuts trying to get into the window, but never out. So.
And ironically, in this movie, we got both. Because me and Jay go into the window earlier to torture Elias.
Yeah.
So.
That's right.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson goes out of the drive-thru window like the greatest Happy Meal toy ever.
Oh, yeah.
Even greater than Inspector Gadget.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But, yeah, I guess it worked. I just, I don't know. I put more effort into my proposal. Do you remember how you proposed to your wife?
I do, actually. I was in Jersey at the time. I lived in Jersey. And my parents were out of town, and my girlfriend, then fiance, now my wife, and actually Kyle's sister, for just to clarify to everybody that knows this, she was there, and I had set this whole thing up where I made dinner. I actually moved the furniture out of outside the living room. I set up like a dance area for us to dance, and I had a whole like mix CD of music for us to dance to. Yes. I had the ring all set up, and I proposed to her to our song that was like the third track on the CD, so she didn't see it coming, and I proposed to her that way. So
that's see, that's the kind of effort I'm talking about.
Yes,
that's what I'm talking about.
And I got the ring approved. Yeah. I got the ring approved by like 2 of her friends and all this kind of stuff. So I went through a lot of effort to make that work.
That's freaking beautiful, dude. And I mean, a monumental effort. You probably spent a day or multiple days setting all of that. I mean, you spent lots of time setting that up. That's great. That's the kind of proposal I'm talking about.
Yes. How about you?
Well done, my friend.
What about you?
I'm a big fan of there's a drive-in movie theater in Baltimore where I was living, and I became friends with the guy who owned it. And I asked him if I could borrow he's got this giant marquee out on the street, usually listing what movies are coming up. But instead I had him change it to a wedding proposal. Aww. And I took my wife in the car and we told her we were we were driving to the movies. And as we passed the marquee, I asked her to look up, and the proposal was on there already. And she said yes, and we had the whole drive-in to ourselves afterwards. So, yeah, again, I thought it was a pretty good effort. That's an effort. Better than a ring through a drive-through window.
Yeah. Exactly, and, effort there.
And I think I win. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you definitely win because this is like the 40-year-old version. Everyone's going around discussing what their latest conquest is. I'm Steve Carell here, trying to bullshit my way through this.
Sure. And, I'm deciding which, Kotopakia statues I'm going to buy next, so.
See, I do that, and I end up buying, like, In the Heights tickets for my wife for October, so there you go.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, thought I would comment on that. You know what? While maybe not a lot of effort on Dante's part, it worked.
Yeah, exactly. So. It works. You have a very happy Becky diving in, and he says, "Is that a yes?" And that's actually the only question he actually asked in here. And her response is, "What took you so long?"
Right. Yeah.
Well, traffic was murder.
I was in jail for a while, and
yeah, I had to go to court, whatever, pay some kind of fine, perhaps, but he did it. So,
wait a minute.
Actually, Dante, everybody.
The only one that played a fine was actually Kelly.
Yeah.
Everyone else didn't have to pay a fine.
Well, it's the sexy stud, you
mean. Sexy stud, yeah. Everyone else didn't have to pay a fine. So there you go.
I missed my
donkey. Yeah, Kelly can't pay a fine. She's a donkey.
Oh, yeah.
Or he's a donkey.
Yes. Yeah. He's an animal abuser, as I remember earlier in the movie.
Yes.
I'm sorry to disappoint you there, guys, but if you're looking for money, that ain't a roll of quarters that Kelly's got.
Okay, let's go back to the donkey scene another time. All right, and they kiss, and that's where we end things. And by the way, so I'm making my notes. I did it on the laptop, and I paused it right at the kiss on the laptop. We paused it on the screen, here on the big screen, and we see Elias's face on the screen, which is a fantastic ending for this for me. I thought that was very funny. So that is our minutes, and that is what we do here. Ming, I want to actually praise you, because you hosted us back in the summertime for the Shared Universe Studio. So why don't you tell everybody about your podcast studio? Because that's a big deal for us.
Well, everybody, me and Mike Zapsik, fellow co-star from Comic Book Men, decided to strike out and do something that few people have done before. We've opened up a podcast studio in New Jersey about 10 minutes from Jane and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. It is a recording studio, everybody, specifically for podcasting. We host podcasters here. We launch podcasts here. We teach people how to podcast here. And anyone coming to the area, whether you have a podcast or not, you guys happen to have a great show and sat down and we had all the gear here for you. And we had everything you needed here, including a pretty cool environment. And you guys recorded a great episode. So whether you're a complete beginner or, you've recorded 10,000 episodes, we want you to come in here as we encourage podcasting here. And we're hoping to do more of these studios around the world someday and teach and encourage the great medium of podcasting. But first and foremost, we just want everyone to see how fun it is. And I know you guys know how much fun it is. I know you guys have fun each and every episode. And we welcome you guys back anytime you want to come in.
You know what's funny? We were after we done recording, we said goodbye to you, and then we had to get back to town. I had to get back to East Rutherford so we can drive out to Staten Island to see the Staten Island Museum. So on the drive back, we literally couldn't stop talking about how much fun we had. So that's a good praise to you.
That's the goal here.
Yeah.
So if you want to have as much fun as these gentlemen did, go to ashareduniverse.com. Book up your appointment, or if you have any questions, whatever, I'll answer them for you. But A Shared Universe Podcast Studio is the name of the center of my universe right now.
Yes, that's really, really cool. And you might as well give your Twitter account here, too, while you're at it.
Yeah, I'm not that hard to find on social media. I'm at Ming Chen 37, MINGCHEN 37. That's Twitter, Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, Snapchat. There's a thing called Marco Polo. I don't know, LinkedIn. I don't know. I'm everywhere.
You're more places than we are, because we are everywhere as well. We are at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Clerks Minute. And we are obviously here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm not going to use the whole spiel where you can find this because the season is almost over. But as I said in our last episode, just because the movie's over, we aren't done. We have more surprises up our sleeves that we will get into in our next show. So we have more to come because we did a summer series and we had to cut it short. So we have some stuff we have left to do after we're done with Clerks 2. So that all being said, thank you so much, Ming, for coming on the show. This is really a lot of fun.
Thank you for reminiscing. It's Clerks 2 is one of Kevin's best movies, and I will always be here to relive it.
Awesome. And thank you all for listening to this episode and joining us today. I'm Blake.
I'm Kyle.
Have a good day, everybody.
Yeah, right.
Snorting, smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers, rolling fatties, smoking blunts. Who smokes the blunts? We smoke the blunts, rolling blunts and smoking.